Hey friends, welcome to the One Outdoors, formerly Woodbine Outdoors. And you might be wondering why the name change. Well, it's a tribute to the Good Shepherd. Jesus described himself as the Good Shepherd. And whenever he told the parable of the Good Shepherd leaves the 99 sheep to go and find the one that's lost. And friend, let me tell you, I was the one that was lost. And Jesus found me. And I really want that for others. And that's not just the end of it either. You know, this has been about a 3 year, well, going on 4 year journey now to get to here. Really, it just doesn't seem like it's been that long ago. But I'll tell you a little testimony to tell you how I get here and why. Um, I was in my, I really love, if you can't tell, if you've ever seen this channel before, if you can't tell just by watching this channel, man, I really love to deer hunt. I love to hunt anything, hunting, fishing, outdoors, just anything, shooting stuff with a pellet gun. Man, I don't care what it is. I really like it a lot. And I was kind of getting obsessed that year with hunting, you know, at the same time as my faith is growing. And I was wondering in the kitchen, just in my own mind, whether I wonder if I just am too obsessed with this, if I just hunt too much and fish too much, and is this getting in the way of my faith? And man, I'm gonna tell you instantly, it was just like the Lord spoke into my spirit and just said, try to make me a part of it. It was something like that. Make me a part of it. Invite me into your hobbies. And basically just speaking into my spirit that I love what you love. Like he loves what I love. And that just really spoke to me. It really spoke to me. And I'm going to tell you, I felt it like I've never felt anything before. And so right then and there in that kitchen, in my kitchen, I said, well, I was wondering, like, how do I do that? How do I make God a part of something like that? And immediately the notion came to me to give. Giving is a big part of being a faith-filled Christian. And if you're not giving, you should be. But we talk about that later. But I just decided right then, you know, I said, I just did something bold. I said, I'm gonna give away half of my meat this year, half. And I don't kill as many at that point, especially. I say at that point, I don't kill as many deer as I used to. So I was a little apprehensive about that, but I said, you know, I'm going to do it. And immediately after that, that hunting season was one of the best hunting seasons of my life. Making a long story short, I killed the biggest buck I've ever killed in my life and was in possession of hundreds of pounds of white-tailed deer meat, hundreds of pounds of processed meat, friends. I couldn't fit it all in my freezer, and I had to give it away. I didn't have any choice but to give it away. That's no lie. The next year, the following deer season, the same thing happened. I killed the biggest deer again I've ever killed in my life. Hundreds of pounds of deer meat later. And I'm not in a hunting club. I just hunt in people's backyards. I hunt in little patches of woods. I get invited on hunting trips. That's how I've come into possession of deer meat and kill deer. I don't pay any money to deer hunt, except for my wife would tell you otherwise. My wife would say it costs a fortune, but it does cost money, you know, but I don't pay anything, you know, for land access or anything like that. Hundreds of pounds of deer meat. Once again, I have to give deer meat away to even fit it all in the freezer. I get to go on a Colorado elk hunt, you know, just the cost to get out there, not an outfitter, just a friend of mine just invited me out of the blue, who lives out there. Just one amazing thing after another starts happening to me. And along this line, I start to get an idea of what if I could affect this even more? And I know it was the Spirit. I know it was the Spirit of the Lord, you know, speaking that into my soul to start a channel. I had other people telling me I should start a channel. And at the same time, I'm feeling like I should go into the ministry in some way. So I started a few channels. I started Woodbine Outdoors on YouTube. I started The Creative Mind on YouTube. I never filmed anything on that channel, but I also on TikTok, I started Woodbine Outdoors and The Creative Mind. And I filmed material, I filmed stuff on both of those platforms on TikTok. And I was just trying to, in my mind, figure out how to get them both together. And I just couldn't see it until I just saw it. It's just like, I'm just going to blend the two. That is what this is. That is what this channel is going to be going forward. It's going to be the outdoors. It's going to be faith, because those are two of my favorite things. And you know what? This is my channel. I love the outdoors. I should stop short of saying I love it. I love Jesus. I really enjoy the outdoors. It is my favorite hobby. I love my wife, and I love Jesus, and I love faith and the Bible. I love to help people understand it. I grew up under the church pews, always with a love of the Bible, even though I wasn't living it for a lot of my life. I grew up that way. I loved it, and I didn't live it for a long time. And now I see this world that's hurting and broken and confused, and there's so much confusion, there's so much anger towards God out there. People say they don't believe in God, but then you get to talking to them and you realize that they're really just very angry with God. They believe in God, they just hate him. And for reasons, because of their pain. Anyway, that's another whole video altogether, but I just felt like I needed to blend these two together. And that's what this is going to be. There's going to be a section on here. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet, but it's going to be a section for faith. And going forward, this is going to be the one outdoors, because Jesus leaves the 99 to go after the one, man. That's his thing. If you haven't noticed, if you don't know anything about Jesus, he gave up his rights and privileges in heaven to come to earth and to take on flesh, not just so he could die as one of us, but so that he could live as one of us, so that he could empathize with you, not just from heaven looking down going, man, they got it rough. No, he came down here and lived as a homeless man in his adulthood and took on flesh. He took on our burdens, our pain, our shame, our anguish, our sadness. He lived it in 33 years, and then he died so that we could live with him in eternity. I mean, how amazing is that? And my desire is to spend the rest of my life helping people to grasp that, helping people to get a hold of who they are in Christ, who they are in and why God did what he did, why God created the earth. Why did he go through all this trouble? Well, bottom line is he wanted to. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. He wanted to. And even in all the pain, God made a way for us to connect with him. And he gave us a life. He gave us a life to live, to enjoy. And in Christ, we can enjoy our lives. So why don't you follow along today as I go on an adventure of life? And I would love to bring you along with me. And let's enjoy it together. Let's learn together. Let's live together. And let's live for Jesus together. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you.